Welcome everybody. Okay, let's warm up our body and start getting rid of some of the tension. So just shaking your arms, wrists and fingers to begin with. And then take it into your elbows, into your shoulders. Take it out to the sides. Take it up over your head. Lovely. Now we're going to come down, so very gently, coming up, bending your knees, looking after your back. Excellent. Now take your feet apart, we'll go round in a circle, pull your core in, and just bend your knees, and that way it'll be fine for your back until your back warms up. And let's go the other way. Lovely, then just swinging your arms, nice and relaxed through your shoulders. And then a slight bend of your knees as you swing. And we'll let the movement get a bit bigger. Until you're coming down, just as far as you are happy to. Take it nice and slowly. And let's do one more. And then a lovely big circle for your arms. Excellent. Give yourself a pat on the back. And then pick up your shoulders, breathe in. Lovely. When you do that, you actually activate the vagus nerve. So it starts that process of the body relaxing and repairing. Okay, so just isolating one shoulder right into the shoulder blade, feel it on your ribs, just moving. And then both of them forwards. And you'll feel it in your ribs, you feel it right through into the front of your chest. Keep your lower body still, we really isolate the shoulders and just loosen them up. Good. Good, good, good. And then circle from your hips. And back the other way. I don't know about you, but I'm creaking this morning. Now bend your knees slightly. Keep everything from your waist down is moving and everything from your waist up is still, and you're just moving your hips from your waist. And you'll feel lots of internal muscles. It really frees up your lower back. Take it easy. And then if you want a challenge, you can do a figure of 8. Might be too early in the morning for that. Just really loosening up these hips. Excellent. Very good. Just bouncing. Dancing on your feet. Your whole body is relaxed. Even your cheeks are relaxed. This bouncing is just energizing, it's loosening up, it's shaking up any energy blocks, any tension. It's very hard to hold on to tension when you're bouncing. Really, just swinging your arms. Now we're going to do 2. So we're going to go around and around. Nice and slow. And last one. Now stretching, take your arm over your head. And now take your arm across your body, and I want you to turn right round on your feet. Don't swivel, actually pick your feet up. Stretch right through the shoulder. Excellent. Feet slightly apart. Cross your arms. You're going to take your arms out and in, out and in. Now what I want you to do is as you bring your arms down, you're going to bring them down with tension. Breathe in, tension. So I'm tensing as I bring them back, and that is really strengthening our lungs and all the little muscles that help us to breathe properly. You can be as loud as you like. So breathe out the weak. Everyone who annoyed you, everything that didn't go well. Do one more. Excellent. Well done. Okay, taking your feet reasonably wide, knees directly over your feet, a little bit of tension in your lower stomach muscles. Take a nice deep bend and a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. And again, feel like you're really grounding your energy into the day. Feeling the connection down through the feet, through the floor, into the earth under this building. One more. Excellent. Take your opposite knee to your hand if you can. So bring that knee up. You're getting warm now. Then if you reach your foot, otherwise stick with your knee. Just work with your body. Everybody's different. And then take your foot behind, connecting with the opposite hand. Excellent. Lovely. I know I'm warmed up. I hope you are. Keep one foot still. Step forward with the other one. Reach through your spine. Step back, lift your foot and come down slowly. You'll feel a stretch in your hamstrings. If you take your arms behind you, you'll get a stretch through your ribs. Step forward, coming up. Really stretch your spine and then coming down. We're going to do 4. This is number 3 and we're going to hold it a little bit longer. So a lovely dynamic stretch for the hamstrings. And one more. Okay, let's do the other side. So swap feet. Step forward, this time open through your chest. Nice big movement. And then coming down, open your arms wider. Just start to free up that upper back. Opening up. Coming down. And we'll hold this one a little longer. And one more. Excellent. Let's do this Tai Chi move, get our energy flowing, free up our shoulders. So figure of 8, nice big movement. And then let's do it right around. And see if you can get your body to sway with the movement. So it's sort of momentum taking your arm around. But it's a very flowing, fluid movement. Your shoulders should be nice and warmed up now. So we can just really make sure they move through that full range. Do one more on this side. And we'll do the other side. So figure of 8. Taking it right around. I almost just let it go around in its own way. I just set it going with the movement of my body and then just let my arm follow through. Very calming movement. It seems to calm our whole energy field down. Okay, let's do a figure 8 with both. And then taking it down as wide as you can, nice and slowly. So I'm really pushing my shoulder blades in slightly and down the back of my ribs. You can feel the muscles in and around, right underneath the shoulder blades releasing. Excellent. Give them a shake. Right up into your shoulders. And give your legs a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, before we have a stretch, I want to do some tapping. Just free up the energy blocks in the meridian or the subtle energy lines in our body. So just tapping on top of your head. Tapping all over. Then tapping across your forehead down to your temples. And then follow it right round the eye socket. So cheekbones, eyebrow, right round. Okay, a release point for headaches. Just take your thumbs, place them on just inside the eye socket, but on the eyebrow bone, pushing sort of backwards slightly. And then a release for your sinuses, which we're getting into hay fever season. So just into that groove either side of your nostrils. And another one for the whole face, but for hay fever, sinuses, colds, very basically cheekbones. And if you were really congested, you could hold these for a minute, have a rest, do it again for a minute. You could combine it with, steaming, that sort of thing. Okay, coming down, across the top of your lip, down to your jaw, small intestine meridian. Then start at your chin and go along your jaw all the way to your ears, large intestine, clearing. This one really helps to detox and clear. Lovely. Okay, over the thymus gland. This is opening your heart chakra, but really good for your immune system. Lots of studies show the benefits of tapping over your heart. And then there's a point under your collarbones here. And this point really helps us emotionally, mentally, to keep moving forward with ease. Okay, where your arm joins your body, as if you were hooking into braces, there's a point that's on the front of your chest. You haven't gone under your arm. It's a lung meridian point. I don't know if you can see right here. Yeah. You press that, you'll know when you've got it. It's like, sort of a sinky, good but painful feeling. And that will always decongest lungs, release any tension going on in your chest. Okay, make a nice light fist, and we're just going to work on that lung meridian a bit more. So into trapezius, you can bash quite hard on this one if you're happy to. Then coming down your arm in line with your thumb. So we usually do it 3 times, just tapping with as much sort of tension as you're happy with. And give your thumb a rub. and press on the base of the nail. Now we're going to work on the large intestine. So these two are detoxing, clearing these meridians. Press on the base of the nail, coming up in line with that index finger. Lovely. Turn your arm over, coming down the middle. This is your triple burner. In the Chinese model of health, this one is your vitality, your energy, and your metabolism. So it just activates it, which is a good thing to do, especially in the morning. Rub that middle finger, press on the base of the nail. Circulation, not just circulation of blood and fluid, but keeping the emotions moving, keeping everything moving in the body. Press on the base of the nail, the ring finger, and then come up around that outside edge, go easy around your elbow, and we need to come all the way to where your arm joins your body, because this is the area that it blocks. So coming up, that lateral outside edge, right up. Again, we'll do 3. And then the last 2, there's 2 on this inside of your arm. Go easy, because it's the heart meridian. It doesn't like being bashed, and the small intestine. So these 2 are where we absorb from the world. So we absorb love and care through our heart, and food and nutrients through the small intestine. So it's our interface with the world. Give your little finger a rub. 2 points either side of the base of the nail. So just notice the difference between that arm and the other arm. So in the arm that you've done, that's energy flowing. That's what it feels like. My arm feels really light and free. This one feels a bit sort of heavy. I can really notice the difference. So let's do the other side. And you can learn this sequence and do it in about 5 minutes. I'm giving lots of explanation. So if you were just doing it at home on your own, you could whiz through it in 5 minutes. Do it every week, just as part of your sort of normal health care, if you like. Give that thumb a rub, press on the base of the nail. Index finger, press on the base of the nail. Coming up, clearing my lungs. And then turn your arm over, come down the middle. Get your energy moving. If you're someone who puts on weight easily, this one gets your fire burning. Make sure that there's a lot more balance in that one. Give that middle finger a rub, press on the base of the nail. Ring finger. Get things moving in our body. So around that outside edge, this is where the blockage happens. And it's to do often with heart and emotions and shutting down because we don't want to feel or express things that don't feel good emotionally. So the last one, coming up the inside, heart. Go gently with your heart, lovingly kind with your heart. Small intestine, we want to absorb all the goodness, all the joy, all the abundance, peace and love from the world. So let's be open to that. Press either side of the base of the nail. So hopefully that arm and the other one are both feeling quite good now. Into your kidneys. Okay? Take it easy. Kidneys don't like being bashed too much, but they do love to be rubbed. Now this is something you can do if you wake up a bit sluggish in the morning, a bit groggy. You do this and it will get your cortisol levels up, get your body sort of awake, that kidney energy, that fire. Okay, I want to do the whole of the gut. So start by your right hip and coming up right up under your ribs and circling around. Take it easy over your bladder. Just bashing as hard as your body is happy with. It's got to be enough to get things moving, but it shouldn't hurt. So coming around. So your gut, freeing up the energy around your gut we're starting to realize just how intelligent this gut is. It has its own cells, like brain cells, if you like, its own nerve system. It relays information to the heart, to the brain. It's where your immune system is produced. Really important for your health. Produces some of the neurotransmitters in your brain to affect your mood. Lovely. Into the buttocks, you can use your knuckles. This is where energy blocks. Okay, especially if we're having trouble moving forward, if we're feeling a bit threatened in terms of safety, security, maybe financially, uncertainty, energy will block here. So we get it going. Now, making a fist, we're going to go down the outside of your leg into that groove between the muscles. Okay, so start up here on your hips, coming down. Make sure you do around the knee, because that's where it blocks. Down the calves, around the ankle, along the outside edge of the foot. I'll move back so you can see me. Press on top of your foot between the little toe and the next toe. And that will probably be a bit ouch. The 2 meridians we're doing here, large intestine and gallbladder. Coming down. And just press on top. Let that release. We'll do one more. Lovely. Now it's partner. Meridians are yin and yang. They have partners, feminine and masculine. Its partner is the liver. So if one's out of balance, the other one probably is. Press on top of the foot between the big toe and the next toe. Might be a bit ouch again. Coming up the inside of your foot, round your ankle bone, and up the inside of your legs. Stay around the inside of the knee, because this is where it blocks. And then coming up that inside thigh, all the way to the front of your hip here. Do that again. So start on that point on top of your foot. Coming up the inside. You're getting really warm now. Let's do one more. So your liver meridian tends to be out of balance with stress. You get too hot. You have a fever or an illness. Alcohol, sugar, coffee. Pushing yourself, not looking after yourself, not taking time out so often. Okay, we're going to work all around. Actually, let's do the other gallbladder first. So the sides of your body. This is really helps your immune system, helps your lymph to flow. Okay, all around your knees. Top of the thigh there. And lastly, the bladder meridian, about everything flowing. So flat hands up and down the back of the leg. Lovely. You're probably really warm now. Have a drink. So all this heat that's flowing off your body now is energy that was not moving in your body, and now it is. You hopefully feel a bit lighter. Definitely that's a detox, an extra detox. Right, let's have a stretch. Calf muscles, both feet facing the same direction as much as your ankles will allow. Okay, have them apart so you're nice and balanced. Bend your front knee. You should be able to see your big toe, knee follows your foot, and you push the back heel down till you feel a stretch behind your knee and the big calf muscle there. Lovely. Bring that back foot in. Knee follows your foot, pushing all the way down through into this back heel. So I'm just pushing down. You can feel the stretch deeper in your calf, more toward the inside, and down into the Achilles tendon. There's no weight on this leg, it's just there for balance. You can come down like this if that feels like a better stretch. Do the other side. So first stretch on the other side, front knee bent, back leg straight, pushing that back heel down. Do you feel a good stretch in your calf muscles? A lot of energy in the legs blocks in the calves. If you've ever had a deep massage or sitting in front of the telly, you get some oil and really deeply massage into your calf, you'd be surprised how much tension is there. You often find big lumps of tension that's been there for years. It just blocks the flow. And so if you massage that away, down toward the foot, this stretching the calves helps with that energy flow as well as stretching the muscles. So bring your back foot in, knee follows your foot, pushing down through that heel. You can come down if you want to. I like to just get my whole body weight in a line down through the heel. Make sure you've got the alignment, my knees following my foot. There's no funny angles. Lovely, let's stretch the front of the quads right up into the hips. So find something to hold on to for balance. Get the alignment. So grab your foot, grab your ankle, or if you can't reach, you can grab your leggings. So place a sock around your ankle and hold on to that. Knee and thigh next to the other one, shoulders back, lift through your ribs. Right, now if you want some more, take your heel back away from your buttock. So it's not pulling up like this, that's not good for your cruciate ligament. Pulling back. And then lastly, push this hip bone forward. Now, you might not feel a lot of change with that, especially if you've got a little bit of a sway back posture. But if you just push that forward, you'll move the stretch up into the hip flexors. Lovely, let's do the same stretch on the other side. So get that alignment, shoulders back, ribs lifted, knee and thigh next to each other. Pull your heel back and then push that hip bone forward. Excellent. Right, first yoga posture, and the best one for releasing the week. It's a real forward bend. Now, if you've had problems with your back, been doing too much gardening, or it's been niggling, I want you to make sure you bend your knees, and you might decide to only come down this far, or you can have your hands on a chair. But it's forward bends you need to take care with if your back's been giving you any problems. Keep your chin up. We're bending from here, from your hips, and then just coming down to a nice flat back position. Okay, strengthening some muscles. You can feel those hamstrings talking to you. And then gradually coming down, bending your knees if you need to. You're getting a really deep stretch. Give your head a shake, give your neck a shake, relax your shoulders, relax your elbows. And just wriggle your hips side to side, just to make sure they're free. And you're bending from your hips. And now just breathe into the back of your ribs. I want you to feel like all your worries, all your concerns, your fears, your doubts, uncertainty, all of those negative states are just flowing out through your hands into the floor, down into the earth. And the forward bend is a chance to let those go. There's a feeling of surrender with the forward bend. Now very gently move from your left side to your right. Lovely. Going to come down onto the floor. If you need a block or a cushion just under your tailbone for these ones, if you've got a bit of a sore back, or it helps to tilt your pelvis and make them a little easier on you. body. So lifting up through the base of your spine, keep your chin up, opposite hands on your knees. You're going to bend from your hips and just come forward as far as you go. Once you reach your full stretch, then relax your shoulders and relax your head. Close your eyes and I want you to just breathe into the stretch. I know it's strong. See if you can relax into it. So we're not forcing our body into the position, we're easing and flowing into the position, if you like. Shouldn't be any sharp pain or any hot burning feeling. It's strong across your lower back, into your hips. But a fantastic posture for realigning your whole system. Working on the parasympathetic nervous system, on the vagus nerve, and just bringing you into calm and peaceful. And letting that, helping that to become your default setting, if you like. Now come up slowly. That's why we do this one every week. It's got so many benefits. Even though I know a lot of you don't like it. Okay, swapping around. Find a comfortable position. If you've got a sore leg, have one straight. If you want them loose, have them loose. Just work with your body. So lifting up, chin up, opposite hand coming forward as far as you go. When you reach your full stretch, relax, close your eyes and just breathe. Just come right into an awareness of your body in this moment. Because in this moment, it's peaceful. In this present moment, everything is fine. Fears and doubts belong in the past. Worries and anxiety are bringing those past fears and doubts and projecting them into the future. Right here and now is the place, that's the place of power, the place of change and transformation. Coming up slowly. And in the here and now, everything's fine. We're blessed, we're doing yoga. Soles and feet together. Bring your soles towards your body, lift through your chest, pushing those knees down, really stretching through your adductor muscles on the inside of the thighs. And we're really helping to release that liver meridian. There's a lot about modern life, and especially life at the moment, that really aggravates the liver meridian. And that interferes with the liver's function in your body, your blood sugar metabolism, your digestion, and your fire, your passion, your will. Really, there's a lot more going on here than just stretching your legs. Okay. Release. Stretch your legs out in front. On the back so you can see me. Point your toes down. Pull your heels back. Toes down. Toes back. Keeping those tendons in your ankles from getting too tight and stiff. Okay, lifting up out of the base of your spine. Breathe in through your nose if you can. Keep your chin up. Breathing out through your mouth. If you've got a sore back, bend your knees. Breathing in. I want to hear your out breath. Really fire up that vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve is your anti-stress nerve. We keep it toned and strong. It's like we're strengthening our vagus nerve. And again, one more. Let that week go. Well done. Take your right foot, place it next to your left knee. Now you can keep this left leg straight, or if you want to, you can tuck it under. But the most important thing is draw this knee close. You want to be hugging your knee. Lift through your spine. Place your right hand down close to your body so that you hold that lift. Breathe in, lift again. Breathe out, turn to the right. So we never twist the spine or bend the spine without lifting first. That way it's safe, especially for the little discs in between the bone vertebrae. If you've ever damaged the discs, you'll know that it can be very painful. We've got to look after them. They're like the shock absorbers in our spine. And give us freedom of movement. So there, coming back round to the front, let's do the other side. So left foot on the outside of your right knee. Tuck this one under. Draw this leg close. Lift through your spine. Left hand down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, turn to the left. Pull your knee across your body. So if you can feel a twist in your tummy, you can feel it sort of like you'd wring out a tea towel. You're squeezing out the tension that builds up in your gut. And sometimes we can have tension in our gut for years. It's just affecting our digestion, affecting our energy. We might not notice, it might just be taking 20-30% off our usual energy levels. And we just sort of get used to that until we free it up. And then we're like, oh, I like this new energy state I'm in. So this one really helps us to keep young, to keep moving forward, to keep things flowing. Coming back round to the front, untangle your legs. Knees bent or straight, but take your arm right over your head. So not forward, but get it right over the top. Keep your buttocks on the floor and you'll feel a beautiful stretch through the side of your body. We're working again on that gallbladder meridian, really helping the lymph flow, helping the body's immune system, helping detox of those lymph nodes under your arms. Do one more on each side. Excellent. Clasp your hands, turn them over, take them up. Relax your shoulders down and bring them down slowly as wide as you can. Excellent. Your shoulders back and down. Lift through your chest, lift through your ribs, and then slowly take your head down, back to the front, and the other way, back to the front. Lovely. Come up onto your feet, have a drink if you need to. We'll come into Tadasana and do some work with Deep Yogic breathing. So let's align our body so we're in an ideal posture for our physical body, but also for our energy body, for the flow of energy. So start with your feet, hip width apart, make sure they're parallel. Look at a point on the floor that's not moving. Come up on your toes, keep looking at that point, stretching your arms overhead. Keep looking at that point, it's the key to your balance. We're developing our focus, our concentration, evoking your will. And you'll feel you're strengthening your ankles, working those balance receptors, stretching through your spine. Then lower your heels, bring your arms and shoulders down without collapsing in the middle. And you'll feel everything's aligned differently. You probably feel taller, especially there's more space through the center of your body. Relax your knees if you're a person who locks them. Your chin's forward, tuck it back. Close your eyes and just feel the strength of Tadasana. There's a real magic about the energy in mountains. It's why we go there to retreat, to recharge, to think, to see things differently. So just imagine that you are a mountain. We're up in Snowdonia. It's peaceful. It's the early morning and the air is fresh. And we're just standing majestic like a mountain, grounded in the earth, lifting up to the highest. Feel that mountain power. Now very gently with your eyes closed if you're comfortable, rocking forward and backward. And you'll feel a point under the ball of your foot that anchors you to the earth. We're just moving around this point, balance, and circling on your feet. Lovely, circle back the other way. come to rest, lightly balance over those 2 points under the ball of your foot. Let's free up our upper body so we can breathe the way we were meant to breathe. So breathe into the top of your shoulders. As you breathe out, feel your shoulders relaxing down away from your ears. Lovely. Again. You breathe out, it's as if your head and neck are just floating up out of your shoulders. Lovely. Now breathe from the center of your chest across your upper back. Feel it open. It's like I'm breathing into my shoulder blades. As I breathe out, feel them relax down and your back open. Do that again. So it's as if you're breathing up under your wings, which you are. Under the shoulder blades, the breath is going right underneath. And release. They come down in a different position. Lovely. Breathe up under your arms. As you breathe out, feel your ribs relax. All that tension that wraps around our ribs, around our solar plexus, our kidneys, just let it go. Now breathing into the sternum, breastbone. And take that breath deeper, take it into the space between your sternum and your spine. And feel like you're gently expanding that space. You're opening your heart center and you're allowing that beautiful opening, that flowering of the heart center to just move down through like a channel through your body. Creating space for your breath, but importantly opening the flow of energy deep inside. Move through any tension, just accept it. Until you take your breath right down into your tummy, place your hands on your tummy. Now breathe into your hands. As you breathe out, feel them come back towards your spine. Now find your own rhythm. Deep and slow. With your mind, just focus on the breath. Let it bring you into the present moment. And notice the peace, stillness. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world around you. You can connect with this peace inside. And when we move out into the world from this place of peace, this stillness, we are strong, we're calm, we're very clear, intuitively guided by an inner wisdom. Our compass is aligned with our heart and soul's true direction. This is the place from where your light shines. Lovely. Now as you open your eyes, practice keeping the connection. So I'm still come back into the world of the senses, but I haven't lost that inner connection. Lovely. Beautiful. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit to work on the spine because I want to free up, especially this part of our back. If we're sitting at desks on the computer a bit more than usual, perhaps this whole middle part of our back down into our lower back gets quite stiff over time. So I want to focus on that. So the first thing I want to do, take your feet slightly apart, is I want one hand under and one over. Engage your core. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, just bending to the side. You've got nice strong core engaged, supporting your back. Coming up, circle your arms around, breathe in, lift. Engage your core, breathing out. Lovely. Coming round. One more on each side. And make it a lovely, very mindful movement. You're right, connected to your body, mind, body and breath all working together. Excellent. Bring your feet closer. Move back so you can see me. Hand in a praying hand position on top of your head. If you find this a bit strong, you can do it from heart to head rather than head and up, whichever you prefer. As you bend your knees, take your arms up, tuck your bottom in so that your body is aligned like an arrow. And we're aligning around the heart energy. So take your focus to the center of your chest. Breathing in and breathe out. Chair of the heart. So you're sitting in the energy of your heart. Do it again. Seated in the truth of your heart. Lovely. Bringing your hands down. Okay. I would like you to open and release. So you're opening the heart from the front. You're opening from the back. So the rotation is at my shoulders, but my elbows and arms are very relaxed so the energy flows. We're working to release the heart protective point here. So anything that challenges us emotionally tends to set off the heart protector. Causes a lot of the tension in our shoulders, neck, around our ribs and upper back. So this is why you can feel it now. Yeah. You're going to be emotionally challenged at the moment. We're in emotionally challenging times. And even if you're fine, you'll be picking up on other people's fears and doubts. So let's just let it go. I know I'm working it quite hard here today. Looking into one palm as you twist open in that center. And then twist the other way. So we're really releasing any uncertainty, fears, doubts. Essentially, we're opening to return to a place of love and trust. Can you feel that? I bet. Lovely. Feet a bit closer, turn 1 to 90 degrees. Lift through your spine, relax through your shoulders. You're going to turn your hips toward that foot, your ribs toward that foot, and your shoulders coming right round to your back heel lift. And balance on your toes. Engage your core and keep breathing. And slowly coming back round to the front. Turn your foot last so there's no weight on the knee. That's it. Do the other side. Breathe and lift. Hips, ribs, shoulders coming right round. So a beautiful twist for your spine. Really releasing tension in the spine and the little joints between the vertebrae and helping to support your kidneys. Coming back round. Lovely. One last thing I want to do before we do a couple of postures. Take it easy if you've had any back problems, but this might help. Okay, probably will help. Be guided by your own body. You need to engage your core. You need to lift through your chest. Support your back with your hands. You pull your buttock muscles in and your lower stomach muscles in. We're going to look at the ceiling, but don't drop your head right back so it squeezes your neck. Just look at the ceiling and then push your hips forward, stretching, extending your back just as much as your back is happy with. Should feel like a good stretch, no pain. And then coming up, stretch through the top of your head, so you're lengthening your spine. You're coming down to a flat back position. And then you bend your knees and relax down like a rag doll. And we're going to keep curling up, so pull your core in, start the movement at the base of your spine, bringing your head, neck and shoulders up last. If you need support on the way up, place your hands on your thighs, but just uncurling the spine. Lovely, we're going to do that one more time. It's so good for your spine, but you would never do this if you hadn't done all the warm-up and preparation that we've done before, okay? Especially in the morning when your spine's a little stiffer. Okay, support, buttock muscles, lower stomach muscles, lift your chest. Tip your head back a little. And leaning back, should feel good. So good for your back. but we've got to do it in a very supported, safe way. Coming down. Go a little bit further this time, about 2/3 of the way. Really feel your hamstrings. Then relax your head, relaxing down. And we're going to curl up, slowly does it. Each and every vertebrae, one at a time. And this will shift a lot of energy from lower chakras up to higher, so you probably will feel that. Right, we're going to come down and do some work, some back circles and things on the floor. So you want to be lying down, lower back on the floor, knees bent, arms out to the sides. Draw your knees up to your chest. I'll just move over so you can see me. Now we're going to begin by circling your knees anti-clockwise. So start with small circles that gradually get bigger. And as those circles get bigger, you'll start to feel some stomach muscles working. Just work with your body, your back. So we're massaging the whole of the lower back, the sacrum area, freeing it up. When those circles are as big as they go, stop and go clockwise with big circles. So anti-clockwise undoes old patterns in the body. Clockwise opens up to new ways of being. So let those circles gradually get smaller. Now for this next one, if you find it a bit strong or you've had a sore back, put your feet down first and then tip your knees over. If you're quite happy with it, draw your knees up. You're keeping your shoulders on the floor and you're going to take your legs over to one side. If it's too strong, try straightening your legs a bit. If it's too strong under your arms, bring your arm down closer to your body. It's a strong stretch for your back, but really good. We've done a lot of preparation, so it's quite safe to do this one. Now pull your tummy in, engage those core muscles, and bring your knees back. We're going to go over to the other side. Remember, one side might like this better than the other, so just work with your body. And see if you can just relax into it. Breathe. Allowing, especially that tension in the back of your ribs through your hips to release. And then draw your knees back up. Lovely. Now you're going to place one leg on the floor straight, keep the other knee bent. You're going to roll that knee over towards your opposite hand. Keeping your shoulders on the floor. Just twisting your back as much as you're happy with. Should feel good. No pain, no hot feeling. And then coming back. Straighten that leg. Keep the other one flat on the floor and then pull that leg towards you as if you're doing a split. Okay. Point and flex your foot. Circle that foot. Circle back the other way. Lovely. Bend your knee. Then take the outside edge of your foot and place it on your thigh, on your knee, on your shin, wherever it goes comfortably to open this hip. And then if you want an extra stretch, take your arms over your head and just relax into this half lotus position. Really feel beautiful opening through your hip. The front of the hips and there's two muscles, the iliacus and the psoas muscle, often referred to as the iliopsoas. And it seems that we carry a lot of tension. It's a place in the body where tension builds, especially if you're having trouble moving forward or unsure of the direction in life you're moving forward. So this one really helps to free that up so that we can intuitively get a feel for the direction that's right for us. Now, slowly bring your arms down. Lift that knee, place that leg on the floor. Right, we're going to do all of that on the other side. So take your arms out to the side, bend the other knee. Move over. And then take that knee toward your opposite hand. Just twist twisting your spine as much as you're happy to, keeping your shoulders on the floor as much as you can. Should feel good. And bring it back. And now we're going to straighten that leg. Keep the other one flat so that you're keeping these hip flexors nice and long. And pull this leg towards you. Feel it in your hamstrings. Point and flex your foot. You'll feel your calves. Circle, releasing that ankle. Circle back the other way. And bend your knee. Take the outside edge of your foot and place it on your thigh, knee or shin, wherever it goes, into that half lotus. Taking your arms over your head if you want to. You know this posture is working when you feel really peaceful. You feel like you go to sleep. But we won't. Lovely. And draw that knee up and place your feet ready for the bridge. Okay, so you want them hip width apart, parallel, and slide your heels in towards your buttock so that you've got a nice comfortable angle here for your knees. So we'll go up in 3 stages. First stage, bend at your waist and just lift your pelvis off the floor. And then lowering down slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, controlling that movement. When your lower back reaches the floor, consciously release the buttock muscles. Let them go. And that should release lots of internal muscles as well. Okay, stage 2, lift your hips, lift your ribs. Now starting between shoulder blades, slowly lowering down 1 vertebrae at a time. So this is strengthening your core, strengthening those muscles that we need to support our back and support all of our organs, keeping everything where it's supposed to be. As your lower back reaches the floor, consciously release the buttock muscles and you should feel a whole wave of relaxation through your pelvis. Stage 2. If you're on the first 3 days of your period, if you've got a bit of a sore back or you're unsure about doing the full bridge today, repeat stage 2. Otherwise, coming up for a full bridge, lift your ribs high as you can, tuck your shoulders under, come up onto the back of your arms. Now you need to position your feet. So if it's pinching in your lower back, bring your feet a little bit closer. Take more weight on your heels and you can release the buttock muscles a little bit. Breathing on the top of the chest. Relax your fingers, relax your toes. So this is strengthening a lot of the muscles in and around your hips that help to support that joint. So it takes the stress off your hip joint if the muscles are strong. A lot of problems with the hip joint are a lack of strength or flexibility in the muscles around that joint. So helping the flow of energy down the front of the body, especially the lower chakras, but also concentrating the heart energy up into the throat. Okay, we've been holding that quite a while, so untuck your shoulders, come down nice and slowly. 1 vertebrae at a time, using your stomach muscles, and really strengthen when you're working with your whole body weight against gravity like this. It's really safe and effective way to develop the strength in your core. And release and relax. Just lying here for a moment, in your mind, imagine that your spine is lengthening, widening across the back of your shoulders and the back of your hips. It's as if your knees are lifting up out of your hips and your head is free to lift up out of your shoulders. So from the solar plexus, you are expanding, opening all directions. Use your mind because it's the subtle changes that are happening and your body will follow your mind, okay? Always. Your thoughts really affect your physical health. So in your mind, just have that intention to open, to release, to expand into all that you are, and your body will follow. Excellent. Draw your knees up to your chest, give them a hug. Stretching your legs out, stretch your arms overhead, really pulling your ribs up out of your hips. Lovely. Now bring your arms and shoulders down without collapsing in the middle. You'll feel like there's more space through the middle of your body. A lot more space for your organs, the energy's flowing, the breath is easier. Perfect. Tucking your knees up, turning over onto the side and coming onto your hands and knees. We're just going to finish with the downward dog. And I've purposely left this to the end because we've shifted a lot of energy today. And this one is going to be the one that we've sort of done a bit of a detox. Freed up a lot of energy. Your body might feel a little tired as you're releasing a lot of that tension that might have built up in your back. But this is sort of going to revitalize you. So we'll do the downward dog and then we'll go into, actually we might do the tree and then the relaxation just to ground that energy a bit. Okay, onto your hands and knees. Hands directly under your shoulders, that way you'll get the right length. You don't want them forward, you don't want them too far back. Knees apart, and what you're going to do is you're going to tuck your toes under and lift your hips up into the air. If you don't feel comfortable on your hands, you can go down onto your elbows as an alternative. Take your feet the width of the mat, the yoga mat apart. Go up on your toes and push your hips high up into the air. And then rock back on your heels, letting your head gently come between your arms. Strong on the back of your legs. Now breathe. You breathe in up the back of your legs, bringing that earth energy up to your tail. Then you breathe down your back through your fingers, reconnecting. So it's like you're breathing in a cycle. So breathe in through your feet, up to your tail. Breathe out, down your back through your hands. Now I just want you to hold this as long as your body is comfortable. Your body will let you know when it's had enough, in which case come down into the child with your knees quite apart. Lovely. So having your knees apart will just help to really stretch across your lower back. So either forehead on the floor or one fist on top of the other one, forehead on your fist. Just letting that energy rebalance. Now, if you've had enough, you might want to go into either the crocodile or the extended child for a moment. If you would like to do one more downward dog, we're going to go up again. And it's going to be a bit more dynamic. We're going to move our feet with the breath. Okay, hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes under, lift your hips. So as you breathe in, go up on your toes, push your hips high. As you breathe out, come down on your heels. Breathe in, up on your toes, push your hips even higher. Breathe out, come down on your heels. So just working with your body, but doing it this way, you'll get into a position, you'll feel your heels coming down a bit further. You'll get into a stronger position. If it's too much, please come down. Just work with your body. We're shifting a lot of energy. We'll do one more and hold it just for a moment. Keep breathing. And coming down, just into the extended child this time. The knees apart, Hands quite far forward, pointing to the floor. And coming up slowly. So we're just going to do the tree just to ground our energy, because we just shifted a lot of energy from lower chakras up to higher, and you might be feeling a little bit, ooh. Okay, so come up slowly. So the tree will just ground us, bring that energy back down in connection with the earth. So start with your heel against your opposite ankle. Lovely. Follow me with your arms. I'll just step back so you can see. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring the heel down. We'll do the other side. Breathing in. And into a praying hands position. Breathe out. Bring them in front of your heart. Breathe in. Turn your hands. Breathe out. Take your hands forward. Breathe in. And lower. Now, if you're happy with your foot down here, leave it down here. If you want to move it up, don't push on your knee. Just rest it and engage your core. You'll need to look at a point that's not moving. So drop your eyes down to the floor. If I'm too slow, do it in your own timing. But just think about the trees at the moment. We're seeing them in all their glory. The blossoms out, the leaves are fresh and green. They're really shining. They're showing us their true beauty at the moment. All that lovely energy they built up over the winter is pouring forth in an expression of beauty. So the tree will ground your energy, and it encourages you. Let's do one more cycle. It encourages you to be all that you are, to be grounded in the earth energy, to flow with the seasons, with the storms, and express all that you are. Right, let's have a relaxation. So you want to be warm and comfortable. I would advise starting in the crocodile and then maybe turning over when you want to. But with all the yoga we've done, so just go over the crocodile. One hand on top of the other, forehead on your hand. Relax your shoulders, turn your heels in and move out. But starting in the crocodile will just give the benefits of what we've done. It will just ground it a little deeper in your being. If you prefer to start on your back, that's fine. But if you want to start in the crocodile and then just turn over, well, I'll guide you. Turn over in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Right. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathe out with lots of emphasis. So we do that again. It just releases or stimulates the vagus nerve when we do that. Okay. So get yourself comfortable. You're in the crocodile. Relax through your shoulders. Relax through your hips as much as you can. You're lying on your back. Just lift your pelvis. Get your lower back in contact with the floor. Feet turned out. Legs slightly apart. Face under your arms. But let us connect first off with the breath. And we'll do some deep yogic breathing. So breathing in, down through that channel we opened in Tadasana, into your belly. Tummy fill with air, then gently bring it back towards your spine as you release that air. then just breathe in again when you're ready. Full deep breath. Breathing out. And with your mind, just watch your breath. So in this moment of time, we are simply breathing with our whole being. Slowly, deeply, finding a natural rhythm that will be the frequency or the vibration of your body. And when you breathe with that natural rhythm, it helps to bring your whole body back into a coherence or a balance. It's almost as if different parts of you were slightly out of alignment. They're each sounding a different note. And altogether it's not in tune and harmony. It's a bit discordant, a bit of a racket. But when we breathe in this way, it's like you bring all the different parts of you into harmony. So the notes are beautiful and they blend and form something far greater. There's beautiful music with this note, these notes that your body is naturally sounding. And that resonance gives you a deep inner peace, creates deep inner healing in your body. That means when you go out into the world, you help others who are perhaps discordant, who are resonating all over the place. The fact that you are in harmony brings them into harmony. And often into harmony with you. So just breathe. We are only just at the beginning of understanding the power of the breath. Its power to connect all aspects of us. So let there be a feeling of surrender. You know there's an intuitive wisdom. Your body's dropping down into feeling that knows exactly what it's doing. Profound healing space. So just keep a gentle focus on the breath. And have the intention that any fatigue, any tension, any heaviness in your body is just going to ease and dissipate. So that there's a beautiful flow in your body and a lightness of being. So it can help to imagine that as you breathe in, you're breathing in light, sparkly, beautiful, healing light. And it's just resonating around your whole body, bringing you back into this beautiful place of coherence and peace. So as you breathe in that light, it's coming into all parts of you. Every cell is filling with light. You can start, if you like, breathing into the heart and feeling like it's radiating out. The heart is like a beautiful open cup, a vessel to collect that light. And as you breathe, the heart radiates that light out through the chest, through the upper body into your lower body, out through your limbs, your head, filling your whole physical being with light. You bring it into this beautiful cup, this vessel that is your heart. It is a receiving station for light and love. open heart will absorb more love. It's open to love, both receiving and giving, distributing it within yourself and to others, out into the world. So be very open, be that beautiful open vessel. And as your physical body starts to feel lighter, and you'll know, because you may even lose sense of your physical body, or certainly a sense that the edges between where you stop and the world starts become blurred. And you can feel a sense of expansion. So let that light, that healing light, radiate out into the aura or energy field that surrounds you. And normally this energy field is about half a foot all around your body. But you might find after yoga that it feels much bigger than that. Depending where you are, you might find that that energy field is extended out to fill most of the room with your beautiful presence. And as you fill with light now, I want you to just gently sort of scan your being. So you're not just scanning your physical body, but you're scanning your emotions and your mind for anything that no longer serves you. And I want you to imagine that you just breathe it out and it takes the form of black smoke. So it's just a gentle release. You're breathing in this light, opening up, opening your heart, and you're breathing out the black smoke, which is just anything, you might not even know what it is or where it is, but you're just letting it go anyway. So filling with light, this healing, purifying light. Releasing anything no longer needed. And it's black smoke. Just gently. This process should feel natural, not forced. And you will know when it is working, because you'll feel drawn to just rest in a beautiful place of peace. So we can just let the image of the white light and the black smoke go now and just rest. In a place of simply being. A quiet place. You know your body is healing on a deep level. The yoga today has detoxed a lot of build-up tension and energy. You've released the fatigue. You've released the negative emotions. You've come into a beautiful place of peace where deep healing is happening. So just keep a gentle focus on the breath and it will hold you in this place of peace. Trust your body is embracing the beautiful changes that the yoga brings. Working that through to very deep levels. Building that wonderful tone in your vagus nerve. We're really starting to realize how important this vagal tone is to giving us resilience to stress. Helping us, our default to be to return to a place of peace and positivity and calm and joy. keep a gentle focus on the breath. And we're just practicing being in this moment. A very powerful way to do that. Now, I want you to turn all of your awareness to your sense of listening, or hearing. So listen with your whole being. Listen with the pores of your skin. Listen with your heart, your gut, your mind. And instead of going out to the sound seeking them, let them come to you. Start with sounds in your immediate environment. And when you find your mind creating a story or comments about the sounds, just come back to listening. Listen with your heart. Now I want you to see if you can extend that listening to the sounds beyond your immediate environment. So if you're inside, maybe the sounds outside as well. But it's just a gentle expansion of your awareness. You're expanding your consciousness through your listening. And take it as far as it goes. When thoughts interrupt, just come back to listening. And just notice in the busyness of the world, behind all that busyness, there's a deep peace. It's sometimes called the sound of silence, the place from whence all sound and movement comes, and all sound and movement returns. An eternal place. And now slowly bring your awareness back into the sounds just in this room you are in, your immediate environment. And now draw your consciousness, your listening, closer and closer to your body. Until you're just listening to your breath, or if you can hear it, to your heartbeat. And now just place your hands or your fingers gently on the center of your chest, over your heart. I want you to just listen to your heart. I want you to be open to any guidance that you need at the moment. So you may ask your heart, what do I need right here, right now? And the answer will be the first feeling, image, whatever first pops into your mind. Don't discount the first. Don't edit. Be open. What do I need right here, right now? It might just be a word. It might just be a feeling. If it's it doesn't come now, rest assured it will come either later today or in dreams tonight or in the next few days. Often in beautiful synchronicity, you'll go, ah, there it goes, when life gives you the answer. Because when we listen, the answers are always there. We are never on our own. And when you listen in this way, you are connecting to a wisdom that is not just of your individual nature. It is universal, infinite. And just notice, right here in this present moment, everything is fine. And now very gently coming back into an awareness of your body lying on the floor in this room. Take a nice deep breath in and just start to gently move fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Slowly waking your body up. Maybe stretching your arms overhead just to wake up your spine. If your lower back is a little stiff and you're lying on your back, just draw your knees up to your chest and you can gently rock them from side to side, easing out any tension. But don't be in a hurry. Keep that connection to that deep peace, that stillness inside as you go about moving. Rolling over onto your right hand side, just resting your head, supporting. And then when you're ready, just coming up to sitting. Now I'm going to set you a little challenge for today. This deep peace, this feeling of connection that you have right now. Anytime during the day that you become aware that you have lost that connection or you're not feeling as calm and strong and empowered as you are right now, I want you to just place your hands on your heart for a moment and breathe into your heart. Just a few breaths, taking them deep until you feel it return. It's just a small practice. You might even just put a couple of fingers on your heart. It's just physically to remind you. Connected again. Lovely. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathing out. One more. Namaste. Thank you.